I don't know, do the movies and stuff and do the other one. Like, I saw some of the characters I've seen leaked for season 1 to me just seem dumb. If they're actually coming. Like, one of them was the redhead that is brought to Professor Nobi's cabin that Ash saves during Ash vs. Evil Dead.
Oh, these people are coming to the game?
Yeah, supposedly.
Oh, okay.
That girl with glasses that when in Ash vs. Evil Dead, when he goes back in time, he saved her.
I remember her. I liked her.
Yeah, she was cool, but she was in one episode.
Yeah, but she was still cool. I liked her.
But she didn't do anything. All she did was almost get killed, and she got her leg destroyed.
Well, yes, but I thought it was interesting lore to, like, see that part from before Ash actually gets to the cabin in the original. I thought it was interesting, and it did seem like that actress was really good at her job.
Yeah, but do you really want her to be a playable character? A character that was in one episode, did nothing, and was on screen for a total of 10 minutes? I don't see why you'd make that a playable character over, like, Ashley K. Williams, or over, even Ruby? A character... Yeah, Ruby... Well, no, Ruby's already been leaked, supposedly.
Oh, okay.
Or a character from the original games, you know, because there were some characters made for the original games that were fun, too.
Yeah, I don't know. That wouldn't be my first choice to add that person in. I guess I see why somebody probably wanted her, because I bet somebody probably watched that episode who worked on this game and was like, oh, hot girl, oh!
Yeah, maybe, but I guess I just don't think that's good reasoning to add the character into this game when it's such a minor character. I already think it's already, like, weird to see even, like, Ed. Ed didn't do anything either. Like, I mean, he just died. That's all he was there for.
That's true.
You know, and I'll
Same with Scotty.
Yeah, and I accept those because it's like, okay, well, you know, they were still, like, main cast members in that first movie, so whatever.
I thought Ed and Scotty were only here to be able to allow you to get that achievement, like, to play as the cast from the first Evil Dead and play as the cast from the second Evil Dead.
Probably.
That's why I thought they were put in here, is only for that. I was gonna say, I don't know, I think the only reasons why they might not be putting in comic characters is A, because Samus Ramus is, like, a little bit butthurt about the comics for no reason, and B...
I don't think he's butthurt about them. I just know that before, I've seen people say that him and Bruce Campbell are not huge fans of like, them not being able to control their characters. So when it's licensed to someone else, they're not a huge fan of it. But here's the thing. These characters were licensed from Stars, from Anchor Bay, right? Mm-hmm. From Studio Canal, MGM. Like, they were licensed from all these different places for this game, and it seemed like they were fully on board with it.
I don't know how easily they'd be able to get the rights for some of these characters from the comics as well.
Like Dynamite and stuff?
Yeah, because I don't know how, like, willing Dynamite would be to be, like, putting that stuff in.
I feel like it would just be good business, because I literally still see their books, like, trade paperbacks and stuff sold.
Yeah, I know. I think it would be good business, too, but who knows if they're, like, Nintendo and just don't want to ever, like, do anything ever.
And I also don't think that being in the movie somehow makes it good. And so what I mean by that is, not that any of the movies are bad, but, like, you can't sit and tell me that, oh, well, somehow being in a live-action thing, I don't remember if her name was Trisha or what it was, but that character, the redhead, who is in one scene and gets kidnapped by Nobi and then brought, you know, and then saved by Ash, you can't... And then, I don't even think she died. Actually.
I think she did die, yeah.
She wasn't even saved by him. She was temporarily saved by him and then died.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that character being in the game logically makes more sense for a game that's celebrating the lore of Evil Dead than to have, like, Ashley K. Williams from the comics, from Dynamite, or even to put in, like, a character that's crossed over with Evil Dead. Mm-hmm. You can't tell me that random character somehow is a better decision for the game than one of those comics characters. It just does not logically make any sense.
I think it'd be cool if they put in Sheila, since Sheila's a big deal in the comics and in the movie.
Yeah, I think Sheila should be added. Sheila and the Wise Man are two of the biggest ones, and I saw a leak supposedly that the Wise Man will be added. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that really will happen or not. Why can't I do this? There we go. All right.
But, yeah, I don't know. I kind of just think it's because they don't want to mess with the rights yet for getting the comic book characters. I don't know if they will eventually or not. I'd like to hope they would. but I also don't know if it's, like, something that they're just actively ignoring. Because a lot of people don't even know about the comics.
Right, and I just find that silly because they're good comics. I don't know, I'm not trying to be, like, the most picky fan here ever or anything.
No, I know, it's just, I'd like to hope that the developers know that the comics exist, but sadly, a lot of people just don't give a shit about comic books anymore.
Right, but if you give enough of a shit about this random niche franchise that
That's true.
I understand has also had a lot of success, but is nothing compared to, you know, the bigger franchises in terms of success, like Star Wars and all that stuff. You know, if you're into something like this, or the things from the 80s like RoboCop and Terminator and stuff like that, I would think that you would have the awareness to know that those comics are a thing. What I don't know is if the characters that were made for Dynamite Comics, so say like you have Ashley, I know I use Ashley K. Williams, but that's the female Ash.
Yeah, she's cool. She's our favorite.
She's one of my favorite comics characters. The reason that I use her as an example is because she was made up by Dynamite, right?
And she's very unique.
Right. But I don't understand does Dynamite own the rights to Ashley K. Williams then because they licensed Evil Dead? Even though they don't own, well, they licensed Army of Darkness. They don't own Army of Darkness at all. They do not own the rights to Army of Darkness. They had the license.
But I think they might have the rights to their original characters.
But then how would you even do anything with that original character if you lose the license to Army of Darkness?
I don't know.
Because they're tied directly to Army of Darkness. They're literally Ash.
It's kind of like that one dude who, like, wanted to own the rights to those people from the Sonic comics.
Right, but those people weren't alternate universe Sonics. They were like descendants of Knuckles, and then he changed the backstory. So like with Ashley K. Williams, it's literally just Ash. Yeah. Like, but a girl. So that's kind of, for me, why that one's more complicated, and I don't know how that would work, you know?
I don't know. I would love to see her in this game, though. I think she'd be a much better addition than that redhead, though I'm fine with the redhead being in here if they're going to also add in people that I also want to see, you know?
I am too, and I'm not trying to like talk over your point either. I was just trying to explain kind of what I meant by that, because I think that if you're trying to celebrate Evil Dead, you should celebrate all of it. Like, I also say the same thing for Mia. I'd rather have Mia in here from the reboot than have that, you know, one girl who was in one episode, one scene, and then died.
I don't know why they didn't put Mia in. It kind of seems a little disrespectful to that movie, especially when that is a part of the franchise, you know?
Yeah.
I just kind of think that's messed up. It's like they're trying to forget about it or something. Didn't Sam Raimi make that?
No, he has vetted all the people, though, that have worked on Evil Dead stuff, including Ash vs. Evil Dead.
Yeah, so he was like he approved of it.
He approved of it, yes. And Bruce Campbell has pointed out that that movie was very successful. You know, so like,
I don't get why people forget about it.
Well, even though a lot of people didn't want to see it, it's very serious, that movie, and it's in an alternate timeline where Mia isn't Ash, but is kind of the Ash of that universe, if that makes any sense. I think that a lot of people forget about it, though, because it's just not Ash. And what I think is that I'd like to see that character still, because that character still matters to some people and got some people into the franchise, and people liked her, and that actress, I don't remember her name, she really liked working on Evil Dead.
I'd like to see her again.
Yeah, and it's just one of those things to me where, not that you have to use everything, but I think it's weird to scrape the bottom of the barrel on some stuff when there's a lot of stuff to still use that you don't need to do that for.
I think it'd be interesting if they kind of said that instead of that being an alternate universe, that was like still in the same timeline, and eventually like the people from Evil Dead Rise could meet like Mia.
Well, they were going to do that, actually. They were going to do that where they were going to have Mia cross over, because their plan appeared to be a crossover because
what?
The game crashed.
Weird. Yeah, report that.
That sucks. I was doing pretty well, too.
Yeah, and the game just ended for everybody.
The goal was to have I think, a crossover because the very end credit scene of that Evil Dead reboot, it shows Ash, like, as an older guy, and he turns to the camera, like, you see him from behind, you see a head, and he turns to the camera like this, and you see half of his face, and he goes, groovy. And then it ends.
That's really funny.
So, like, a lot of people thought that that was going to be the thing. One thing I want to see with this real quick
I'm hoping they do, like, continue that.
Can you look up who made that movie? Like, the,
What was it called?
It was just called it was just called Evil Dead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I got no XP for that match, by the way.
Oh, really? That sucks.
Even though it wasn't my fault it quit, everybody saw that it just, you know.
Evil Dead 2013.
Yeah, like, what studio made it?
Production companies, TriStar Pictures, Ghost House Pictures, and Film District, distributed by Sony Pictures Releasing.
Okay, so Sony. So yeah, I don't know. Where do
the actress's name is Jane Levy.
Where do they store your pictures now on here? I never know.
I thought it was in media.
It's not.
Oh.
Oh no, it's in here. Just a second. So what I was gonna look at here, whatever, was this. So if we look at the rights here, Renaissance Pictures, Diversion 3 Entertainment, Renaissance, Studio Canal, Orion Pictures, Orion Pictures, MGM, so Metro Goldwyn Mayer, Stars, Boss Team, obviously, Diversion 3. So what I'm wondering is if any of those are owned by Sony. You know, like, does Sony own any of those? Because if they do, I could see them using stuff from the reboot. But if they don't, I don't know if they're going to go out of their way to get rights from another person yet again, you know?
Oh, let me see. Sony-owned movie studios. They own Columbia.
Yeah, I'll remember, by the way. I'm going to reboot the app.
They own Columbia, Screen Gems, Stage 6, TriStar, Sony Pictures Classics, Sony Pictures Animation, Sony Pictures. That's from what I've seen.
Were they the distributor, though, or were they the owner of that?
It said distributor.
Okay. Yeah, then I don't know. I guess I would have to... It would take some research to see if any of those companies are even tied to any of the companies from...
But Sony owns TriStar Pictures, and TriStar Pictures made the movie.
Right. Okay, so that... Okay, got it. So, why do they always go with, like, a different, movie studio to make every Evil Dead movie?
I don't know. It's weird, isn't it?
I really don't understand.
Yeah, because this one was made by TriStar Pictures, Ghost House Pictures, and Film District.
So yeah, I don't even know if they would have the rights to use the reboot then here.
I don't know.
Like, yet.
I don't know. They might have to try and get it, but I'd love if they could, because I think it's important.
Yeah, also, I want to see the Necronomicon from that movie, because I think it looked different. Evil Dead 2013 Necronomicon. Oh, I don't remember. You'd have to look it up, but I thought it looked a little different. I would like to show him Evil Ash, too. I think you said you wanted me to do that.
Yeah, I'd like that.
But I'm not as good at Evil Ash, and I don't think he's as good.
No.
So...
It seems like Eligos is, like, more powerful than he is.
Yeah.
Honestly, my favorite part of this game so far is watching you play as the demon, though. It's really fun for me. I just really enjoy it. I like watching you bully people, and I like encouraging you to kill people.
You're funny.
Am I a bad person?
No, it's a fun game mode. Like, I really do like it. It's just... I think that it's kind of ridiculous that lower level players, demons, survivors, whatever, they all have problems when you're trying to play the game. And if the solution is just, well, then just level up, okay, but you shouldn't have to lose 15 games in a row as, say, like, the demon in order to start leveling up then.
I agree. I think the matchmaking should be a little bit more spot on. Because, like,
Are you saying, like, team-based or whatever? Or, I mean, skill-based?
Yeah, skill-based. But, like, the problem with that is it could be, like, you know, a really skill-based matchmaking. But if there's nobody who's playing that's level 1 and you're a level 1 demon, then who are they going to put you up against is the problem. Because, like, I know this game is fine, but it didn't sell, like, the most well in the world. So, like, there's the problem of if there might not even be new players who are playing at the moment who are level 1. Sorry.
Did your point, like, overwhelm your sinuses?
Yes.
It was, like, such a good point that your sinuses were like, stop!
I was outside a lot of the day because we took a walk, and also I was planting my flowers, which I was really excited about, so my allergies were not very good today.
Yeah, that's okay. But you were saying about skill-based matchmaking, the problem is if you don't have new players, there's really no way to do skill-based matchmaking because nobody's online who's level 1.
Yeah, I think that might be the problem here, is it kind of seems like a lot of the people who are playing right now have been playing since launch.
Yeah, and that's why I worry about the game's longevity, because, yeah, the ASIM players are kind of devoted, and I get that. I mean, look at Dead by Daylight, but Dead by Daylight also, it sold a lot, and I don't know if it sold more than this, but it always had streamers and stuff keeping it alive. Mm-hmm. There's always going to be people like me that are like the weirdest hardcore Evil Dead fans ever, but I just wonder, are there enough of those people to support this game long term without getting more people?
We're hardcore enough to the point where you bought me a pair of custom earrings. One earring is in the shape and hand painted to look like the Kandarian dagger, and the other one is the Necronomicon. I'm really excited for it.
I know you are.
It's made by somebody on Etsy, not me. However, you should check out my stuff. I'm great too. Just saying.
You are great.
However,
who sniped me?
The person that made
we have
those...
Lee Harvey Oswald over here. Holy shit.
The person that made those earrings, though, they did a really good job, at least with the pictures.
Oh, I thought you were going to insult them.
No, they look really good.
You should in the description, you should put that person's Etsy.
That would be a good idea.
I mean, I know, Jill immediately was like, oh, I don't want to draw sales away from me.
Well, you know what, if somebody really wants those earrings, like, I'm happy for that person to actually get sales, because I know how hard it is to get your stuff seen on Etsy, and also, like, I think that person genuinely did, like, a really good job. Like, they made them out of, I think, like, some sort of poly resin, I think they said. Yeah,
because they said it was resin, too.
And they hand-painted it themselves, and they made multiples of these, because it said, like, they had, like, 5 left when we bought them.
Did they? I don't know how many they had left.
Or, like, 3 or something. Like,
they might make more.
I just thought it was really awesome, like, that this person, like, must have created their own mold to put resin in, and then hand-painted it to look exactly like those props. Like, it just...
This guy just attacked the tree.
It blew my mind, because, like, I can't do stuff like that.
Well, and I think one of the sucky things, though, is that we try and avoid copyrighted stuff, because even though it's cool, I think technically it's not legal.
I don't think...
to use a copyrighted work.
I don't think that person, like, ever wrote Evil Dead or anything on it, though, I hope, because I don't want them to get sued, because I think they did a great job.
Yeah, and I'm all for making custom stuff. I'm just saying I think it's too bad that it's technically illegal, because I would argue that's transformative.
I'd argue that's transformative as well. I think inspiration for something is different than just straight up, like, copying something.
Well, I mean, it is the Necronomicon and the dagger, but I think with that, it was their I don't know what I would say here.
Their interpretation of it.
Right, like, nobody from Evil Dead was making fucking earrings like that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. So it's like...
No, I completely agree with you.
When you're being like, well, you can't take that, that's our thing, it's like, you weren't ever going to make that.
No.
Like, what are you talking about? You know, it's the same thing when it's like a fan game, and you'll have, like, Nintendo be like, you can't make that fan Zelda game. It's like, why? You were never going to make that Zelda game. What the hell do you care? It's not watering down your property. Who's going to play it? A couple thousand people compared to the people on the Switch, and they're on PC? Mm-hmm. Oh, no! Mm-hmm. They really ruined Zelda for you. The thing that sells millions of copies. It's
ridiculous.
The argument's always like, well, they need to pursue their copyright or they could lose it. It's like, yeah, but they don't have to notice everything. Do you know what I mean by that? Like, they could let things slip through the cracks sometimes and just be like, well, we didn't notice. That doesn't mean
their head, yeah.
That doesn't mean you're not pursuing your copyright and protecting your copyright. It just means you're not like an all-knowing god who needs to like see and shut down every time someone sneezes and has fun. Like, it's just dumb.
Personally, like, if I made a really big franchise and somebody made like earrings for it or like made a fan game for it, I'd look the other way.
Oh yeah, this is the same thing we said about how all these like boomers are butthurt about like TikTok kids or like, well, if you're pranking the business and stuff, it's different. But like all these people, it's like, oh, a TikTok kid did a dance in my store, I have to kick him out. Or, oh, this YouTuber was playing an arcade game in my arcade for a Let's Play and he was like recording, I have to kick him out. It's like, don't you want free promotion for your business?
Yeah, and we said, like, if somebody was doing that in our store, if we owned a store, you would go up to them and be like, yeah, hey, you can record in here, but could you shout out my store?
Yeah, oh yeah, like, do you not want that? Like, like, literally, like, and think about this for stores, not being a dick, but brick and mortar is dying. Especially for small stores. You don't want someone to promote your store? You just want to die in obscurity? You don't want it to be like, hey, look, these people are really cool. They let me do this here. Like, okay, you're going to, like, take a shit on the carpet or, like, beat someone up or do something illegal. Oh, yeah, okay, I get why you're not allowing that. But someone just records, like, a basic video and it's like, you murdered my dog.
Not only that, but if it's, like, the arcade thing where, like, somebody sees their favorite YouTuber playing your arcade game, what if they want to go there and play that arcade game, too? And usually you have to pay for those. Like, you have to pay to play the arcade game. So then you're getting money.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I know. It's like they don't get it. And that's... I don't want to say that businesses deserve to fail, but I genuinely think, like, when you're shutting down free promotion and free advertising and stuff, it's kind of, like, hard to feel bad for your game store then when you fail.
It's really backwards, in my opinion.
And I've seen it happen. Like, I've seen these places be like, no, you can't record in here. No, you can't do this. And they don't do it to me. Like, I don't really...
Well, we've gotten afraid of it happening to us, though.
Right, and I don't typically record in public. I've recorded a couple of small Let's Play things when it's like an arcade game and I'm in a mall and there's no one around.
Yeah, because we're afraid of somebody, like, coming up to us and being rude.
Well, not even just being rude, but being asked not to come back.
Yeah, because, like, we like going to these places. We don't want to be told, like, oh, you can't come back here.
And I don't really want to ask because everyone just says no.
Exactly.
But it's not illegal.
No.
That's what's weird is, like, they all say no, but it's completely legal. And in the U.S., you do not have a reasonable expectation of privacy when you're out. Why do we have Pablo here, like, reenacting the stabbings in the U.K.? Like, settle down, man.
He was taking out his anger at Star Wars fans.
Why is he that mad at Star Wars?
Because he's Pablo Hidalgo.
Oh!
That was my joke. Did you get it?
Now I get it. I was thinking of Pablo from The Evil Dead, you know, the thing we were playing.
Yeah, I was making a joke about Pablo Hidalgo.
That's okay. Don't show emotion. That was what he said.
Why?
Something similar to that.
Why would you not show emotion?
I don't know. He said that he wasn't being serious.
Is he a psychopath?
I still have a hard time believing that he wasn't being serious, but maybe.
People who don't show emotions, like, have... Like, it's kind of proven that there's, like, a little bit of a mental illness going on, whether you're, like, actually, like, a psychopath or, like, you have other things going on. Like, it's not good to just not show emotions, you know?
Yeah, it's pretty backwards thinking, too.
Like, it's like you need therapy. Like, that's not a dig, it's just... It's not normal.
Not something to brag about on Twitter.
No.
That's for sure.
That's like bragging about having, like, a UTI or something.
I do.
Oh, okay.
I'm a bug chaser. I wonder if there's, like, mental health bug chasers who are, like, happy to be crazy.
That is really weird.
Why is it weird?
I don't know.
Why are you judging them?
I bet that exists. Also, you can't say crazy in terms of mentally ill people, or they'll, like, all gang up on you and beat you with sticks.
I don't give a shit. If you're a psychopath, you're crazy usually, so sorry. Sorry about that. Like, you literally can't even express human emotions. Whoops. Sorry if I offended you. I didn't. You don't have emotions.
Oh my.
What? I'm just saying.
But you're not wrong.
If you're actually psycho. If you're socio, usually that's like from trauma and stuff.
Yeah.
I have some sympathy for that.
Yeah. And a lot of those people tend to have emotions deep down, the socios.
Well, geez, like Pablo, fuck off. Jeez.
What is up with him? Does he just have like max stamina? What is up?